Okay, we're ready for roll call.
I called Vance this morning.
Alderman Seeger.
Present.
Alderman Mosio.
Here.
Alderman Villalobos. Present. Alderman Newsome.
Present.
Alderman Tempest.
Present.
Alderman May. Alderman Valco.
Present.
Alderman Taylor. Present. Mayor Cunningham.
I'll make a motion to seat Alderman Tempest as Mayor Pro Tem. I'd like to go through all that. As Mayor
Second.
Pro Tem, please.
Second. All those in favor, oh, roll call.
Roll call.
Need a roll call, please.
Alderman Seeger.
Aye.
Alderman Mosio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor. Aye.
Alderman, you done this before? You going to be...
I'll try to keep them out of trouble.
I've got 8 good on it, too. Okay, with that, I would ask us to stand for invocation. Brother Adams.
We're honored to be in the city of Waukegan at this time, a great city. We're honored to have Sam Cunningham as our mayor, to all of the alderpersons and all of the staff of the city. We are a great city. And we are great because we hope for the best, we aim for the best, we visualize the best, and we expect the best. Let us go to our Creator. To an all-wise, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient God, we are thankful for all the blessings we receive, even though from time to time we don't necessarily deserve them. But at this time, as we are here together in a city council meeting, it is important that we understand the unity that is necessary. Unity and order, because you as the Creator installed unity in everything that was created. We're thankful for time, because time is very important. You control time. We're thankful for health. Without health, we can do nothing. You control health. We're thankful for wisdom. Wisdom comes from you. It helps us to reason, make good decisions. And on tonight, we express our love one for the other. It is our hope that our council members will make decisions that's going to be best for the citizenry of this great city, for our going forward and for our future, that we may be stabilized and be great on a continual basis. These blessings we ask, giving honor to our mayor, to our alderpersons, as well as the staff in the city and all of our citizens. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, brother. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mayor's comments, we have.
We'll see.
What did I do with the mayor's comments?
Down in Champaign?
I had mayor's comments somewhere. What do we do with mayor's comments here? Okay, general announcements with regard to the mayor. Obviously, Mayor Cunningham is not able to attend tonight's meeting. Just to update the audience here at home, Mayor Cunningham was selected to be a member of the 2017 class of the very prestigious Edgar Fellows Program through the University of Illinois Institute of Government and Public Affairs. This program was founded by former Illinois Governor Jim Edgar, and the Edgar Fellows Program focused on developing leadership and governance capacity in Illinois by foregoing relationships that can lead to a better future for our state and community. We look forward to his report on what he has learned at the upcoming meeting, and I'm sure he's going to bring back a wonderful report for us. We're so blessed to have Mayor Cunningham as our leader. Okay, with that, we're going. Done. Audience time. Do we have a list for audience time?
I do.
You don't-
Charlotte Callahan.
Oh, Ms. Callahan.
Wasn't
Just so everyone knows, there's 3 minutes for you to say whatever you like and within reason.
Good evening, Aldermen and council members. I'm here representing the Waukegan Band Foundation, and I'm here to invite everybody to our last band concert this Tuesday, tomorrow, at 7:30 at Steiner Pavilion down at the lakefront. It's our last concert of the season, and this week's program is Jazz, America's Classic Music. And we'd also like to thank the City of Waukegan for all the help you do by allowing us to use Steiner Pavilion and storage of our band equipment and promotions that you do for us. Again, everybody in town is invited to the final concert outside, 7:30 at Steiner Pavilion, Waukegan Band. Thanks.
What day?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you, Charlie.
Brandon Ewing.
Hello. So I'm here. Well, first off, glad to be here and addressing this board. Mayor Cunningham in his absence, as well as aldermen and women. My name is Brandon Ewing. So I am here to promote our Million Father March. So the Waukegan Public School this year will be doing a Million Father March. It's extremely simple in its idea. We're asking fathers, grandfathers, uncles, different men in the community to walk a child or drop a child that they're responsible off to school on the first day here in Waukegan. And then we're asking them to commit to volunteer at least 30 minutes during the first semester. So that is what we're asking them to do, to take their child to school and commit to volunteering at least 30 minutes during the first semester. And we are also inviting people of the community. So even if you don't have children in the district, I would ask to my aldermen and women to go to a school that is in your district to welcome those parents as they drop their kids or bring their kids to school on the first day, and just commend them in that way. And we're looking to really partner with the community. August 24th, yes, Wozniak. It's going to be August 24th. More information will be coming out. Carolina Fabian will be getting that to you all. But I wanted to extend the invitation and make sure that the city was aware that this was going on, as well as to the community as a large. And if you are interested in any more information, I will be hanging out after the meeting for a little bit. All right.
Thank you. I'm next on your list.
Carolina.
That would be me. So apart from the Million Father March, we also have another event going on, which is this Saturday that I would like for all of you to be aware of. It is from 11 to 5 at Miguel Juarez Middle School, and it's our back to school kickoff. This is the first year that the district is sponsoring it. We are giving away backpacks, but the main reason for the kickoff is to welcome our families back and to provide them resources. So there are going to be different nonprofit organizations that will be handing out different information as to resources that families can use throughout the year should they need them. We will be providing food as well and entertainment for the kids, so there'll be bouncy houses. Our fire department will be there, our police department will be there. So it's just a lot of fun, and welcome you all back to school for the new school year. And that'll be this Saturday, again, from 11 to 5 at Miguel Juarez Middle School. And then along with the Million Father March, if you need any more information, you can also contact me. I work out of Lincoln Center, and my number is 224-303-1036.
Guadalupe Bueno.
Hi. Good evening, members of council. My name is Lupe Bueno, and I am a rising senior at Waukegan High School and a Clean Power Lake County volunteer who lives in the 2nd Ward. I'm currently spending my summer working with Chicago Botanic Garden Green Youth Farm Program at Greenbelt Forest Preserve, and when I'm not on the farm, I'm volunteering with Clean Power Lake County. My job on the farm has taught me a lot about how environmental stewardship is related to society's greater issues around equity and justice. Taking care of our environment is not just good for the earth, it's good for our communities and has real positive impact on people's lives. That's why I'd like to start by saying thank you, members of City Council, for committing the City of Waukegan to the Paris Climate Agreement and the Compact of Mayors. I am proud to live in a city that is a climate city, and I'm excited about my local government working closely with the resident and grassroots groups like Clean Power Lake County to make sure we reach those climate goals in a way that benefits everyone, in a way which ultimately improves the standard of living for all Waukegan residents. That said, I hope that you, members of City Council, will join Clean Power Lake County in celebrating our local climate action. We are hosting our 4th annual beach cleanup and climate action rally on Saturday, August 26th from 10 to noon. This is a great opportunity to help maintain our beach beautiful and connect with constituents who believe in Mayor's vision for a revitalized lakefront and future for Waukegan without the toxic coal plant. I am looking forward to seeing the whole council at the beach cleanup on August 26th, once again from 10 to 12. And of course, the public is always welcome. Thank you. If you could take one and pass it down.
Thank you, Lupe. Delce Ortiz?
Okay. Good evening, members of City Council. My name is Dulce Ortiz. I'm a resident of the 4th Ward, and also I am the co-chair and a founding member of the Clean Power Lake County campaign. Last Monday, I traveled to Washington, D.C., where I testified before the U.S. EPA to defend our right to clean water. I was one of 40 people from across the country who testified against Trump and Pruitt's reckless decision to roll back critical clean water protections, and I'm here tonight to tell you about it. In 2015, the EPA, under President Obama, revised a rule called the Effluent Limitation Guidelines, which would limit the amount of wastewater toxic power plants could dump into our lakes and rivers. Up until 2015, the US EPA had not updated water protection guidelines since the 1980s to address this pollution. And most coal plants, including the Waukegan coal plant, were allowed to freely discharge toxic water pollution into Illinois rivers and even Lake Michigan. But I didn't travel to DC for some altruistic vision of a cleaner world. No, I took time away from my family and work to testify against Trump because we here in Waukegan are directly affected by Trump's decision to roll back these critical water protections. You see, the Waukegan coal plant has 2 active coal ash ponds that sit just over 300 yards from the shore of Lake Michigan. This is where they store what's left over from the coal they burn. Monitoring reports from groundwater wells near the toxic coal ash ponds have revealed groundwater contamination from common pollutants of coal ash such as arsenic, boron, manganese, sulfates, pH, chloride, iron, selenium, and total dissolved solids. In addition to the groundwater contamination associated with the Energy coal ash ponds and the coal ash landfill, Energy's latest water permit shows that the Waukegan coal plant discharges 8 million gallons of toxic wastewater into Lake Michigan every day. Our municipal swimming beach and boating marina is just 1 mile downstream. Most families wouldn't let their kids go swimming or fishing if they knew millions of gallons of toxic wastewater was dumped every day near the next door to our beach. This is alarming because the metals and other chemicals in the wastewater can cause severe health problems like cancer, lowered IQ among children, and deformities. These toxins also harm wildlife living in and around the contaminated water. I went to DC, I testified, but I'm not naive. I know Trump is going to go ahead and put profits before people, but he doesn't have the last say. It's up to our states and municipalities to take action. We look forward to working together with the mayor and city council to make sure that our community, especially our children's health, is protected. Thank you.
Thank you, Dulce. Mary Blair Moore? Mary Blairmore? Yeah.
Good evening. My name is Mary L. Blair Moore. I'm a resident of the 6th Ward under Alderman Larry Tempest. I'm also a member of Citizens for Progress. I'm here tonight to express my concerns about the possibility of a fee being assessed for citizens to obtain information under the Freedom of Information Act. Since this act provides for accountability and transparency of elected and appointed officials to the public that they serve, then why, with the citizens being taxpayers, which pay their salaries, are these officials, are we going to be asked to pay for information concerning them? Since 1967, the Freedom of Information Act has provided the public the right to request access to records of any federal agency. In fact, I understand that this act has often been described as that law that keeps citizens in the know about their government. Charging for this information ceases to be a right and makes it seem as though we have been given a privilege to hold our elected and appointed officials accountable, as well as giving us the opportunity to better understand the decision-making process while engaging public participation in politics, to endear public trust of the workings of our government. With that being said, therefore, I feel that the Freedom of Information Act is a vital part of our democracy and should be treated as such. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Ms. Blairmore. Joseph Elliott? Joseph Elliott? Okay. Clyde McLemore.
Try to speak fast for my phone go dead. Okay. Thank you, Mary. My name is Clyde McLemore. I'm the founder of Lake County Chapter of Black Lives Matter. I'm going to compare on Miss Mary Moore because I want to go a little bit further. I want to talk about the state law of this Freedom of Information Act because we got a new mayor, we got a new administration, and we don't want to do something that ain't broke, change it. And it ain't broke. You know, the 4 years been working, Freedom of Information been working very well. I've learned a lot of stuff that at meetings that I can't attend, stuff like that, I'm able to get it. Just because we got a new mayor, don't mean y'all come in here and change the Freedom of Information Act. Now, it states right here, on the state it says here, fees. If it's, fees may be waived or reduced under certain circumstances in general pursuit to the 5. Write this down, Mr. Mosio and everybody else on the judicial community. 5 ILC 140-60B of the FOIA, the waiver of reduction of the fees will be granted when it's determined to be in the public or interest to do so. This is the state law. So what y'all saying, as long as you stay within the state law, anything over 50 pages, you want to charge 15 cents, that's cool. That's the law. It's been going on like that. Check it out. If the people don't want to pay the 15 cents, get it by email. Get it by email. It's free. You can't charge me for my email now. I already paid an internet bill. But I ain't gonna sit here and pay the government no money to let you to see what y'all do. As Mary said, y'all working for us. Okay? So this motion should pass. And then another thing it says here, because I make all the city council meetings, and I ain't never known nobody been appointed as a FOIA officer or trained and appointed. Now, I ain't never known, I never heard anything. Maybe I missed something. I ain't never been to a meeting late or nothing to the city council. But if our clerk is our FOIA officer, then let's get us some proper training and everything, but don't do that. If people is paying, getting less money or whatever, my phone just died. I knew it was getting ready to die. But if people paying less money or whatever, then, I mean, this information, you ain't trying to hide nothing. Y'all not trying to hide nothing. I know everybody sit up there. I hope and pray ain't none of y'all trying to hide nothing, because guess what? If you are, we go find out. Thank you.
Thank you, Clyde. Michelle Obleton.
Good evening to the City Council, all of our city leaders. My name is Michelle Obleton, and I am here to discuss a situation that's going on in Ward 5. It is the situation where we are zoning a petition for a banquet facility over on Grand Avenue. First of all, I want to say that I attend a church that is on Grand Avenue. And since I have attended that church, I have noticed the numerous places, bars, taverns, and local places that have rose up in Waukegan. Waukegan is a great city, but I really believe that what we need is less places for the homeless to travel at night, considering the fact that we have a homeless place for the homeless on Grand Avenue who walk the streets at night. Right on Buttrick, we have Fiesco, which is a bar that's open late at night. Then coming east, there's a liquor store that traffics people all day long. Now what we are looking at is becoming a banquet hall on Pine Street. I believe we can do better than that as a city. I believe that some of these places should go to Highland Park, Lake Forest. What's wrong with that? Why do we have to have all these places in Waukegan? On Pine Street, just 2 weeks ago, there was a shootout, and I'm really concerned about the deterioration of our city. So I'm here to speak on that. As a Fifth Ward person, I want to let it be known that at night, at 12 o'clock at night, people are still walking the streets, and when we hold venues like these, we only increase traffic and more problems in our community. We have a great city. I believe we have a great city, and I want to maintain a great city. So I'm speaking out today on the Pine Street banquet facility that will be serving liquor, and people will be attending late at night. I'm speaking out, and I hope someone tonight will hear me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Obleton. Sharian Jacob.
Good evening, everybody. I'm standing for, I am a businessman in 1005 Court Road, Sidgo. This is the first license. This is the first license issued by former Mayor Daniel True. And then, since then, I got this place. I am applying for liquor license for upgradation. I talked to Mr. Mayor Cunningham and Ms. Janet Kilkelly. They all agreed to come this meeting, and upgradation will discuss. So that's the reason I came here for hard liquor licensing. We got C licensing right now. We need an upgradation of small pint and half pint liquor licensing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jacob. William Opelka.
Good evening, City Council and people here of Waukegan. I'm William Opelka. I live in the 5th Ward on Buttrick Street. I'm here to complain about the Grand Tequila Bar. Specifically, this bar, in the 4 years that I have lived here, has done nothing but harass the neighborhood, make it dirty, broken glass, bottles on the street. Tuesday night, a drunk driver from the bar came there and creamed the car across the street. They caught the driver down at Pine and Ridgeland, but they didn't know he had hit a car until I called the police. And the reason I had to call the police is because when I went to the bar to let Frank, the manager of the bar, know that one of his customers' car got hit, he told me, "I don't care. It didn't happen on my property, and it's not my responsibility." Well, he sold the driver the booze. He got the driver drunk. Where does this stop? We get bottles up and down the street from this guy, cups of alcohol to go. They're leaving the bar with booze. They're out in the parking lot smoking dope every night. After 10 o'clock, that place is a madhouse. I got a guy over there with a motorcycle that probably isn't street legal. He sits there doing burnouts, kicking stones all up and down the damn street. He goes, you can hear him go all the way down to probably, who knows, racing that bike around. And he comes back and he does it again 3, 4, 5 times a night. Every week, almost every night. This is getting ridiculous. And he don't care. Well, I think he should care. And as far as this young lady here about this banquet hall, you can't see in it. You don't know what's going on in it. I walked past it with my dog the other day, and I could hear the music blasting out of that thing with no windows and no doors for blocks. Oh, what the hell is this? Grand Tequila Bar keeps their doors open at night. You can hear the music blasting out of there. Hey, I've gone over there twice to tell them, hey, I can't get to sleep, but that's not my job. We need to start doing something about it. Maybe suspend his license for a week or two, make him feel the little pinch. How about getting down on him? He don't live here. He don't care. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Opelka. Esther Herron?
My name is Esther Herran. I would like to invite you to go to www.immigrants-procoalition.com. That is the website of the Foreign Professionals Coalition. It refers to the struggle that we suffer as educated immigrants. Now we are in the subject of the last and latest immigration news because of Donald Trump. You could read my letter and the letter that I received from President Barack Obama. I would like to talk today about the public transportation in Waukegan. Some of the Waukegan downtown stops were eliminated. According to a Pace bus driver, it was because the city officials didn't want to pedestrian and homeless in the downtown area. I felt insulted because I have traveled by foot my whole life, and I don't think homeless take buses. For example, between Sheridan Road and the Lila Ledge building, there is a distance approximately 7 blocks that is difficult to walk in under extreme weather conditions. And bus stops supposed to be every 4 blocks for a passenger to walk 2 blocks in any direction. Probably services like the library, police department, or the courthouse has been affected. In winter, the sidewalks leading to public buildings are efficiently plowed. Others not at all, and the ones that are plowed are done in closed loops. And then pedestrians have to walk in the street, or they have to jump the amount of the snow in every corner. I think we are not racing cars or horses walking in circles. We need cross corners. In the main bus stop in Sheridan Road, there are 5 shelters. 4 of them, most of the time, are occupied by smokers, and the other by the vending machine. It's not fair that we have to stand in the raining when there's snow, and I think only one shelter is supposed to be for smokers. Both parties have to compromise, especially when there are health issues. In the main bus stop on Sheridan Road also, many passengers have to walk up to 1 hour waiting for a bus in a 4 or 5 inches slippery snow sidewalk every year, walking back and forth because every bus that arrives blocks the number of the previous one. I think it's mandatory for the city, please, to tackle these problems. In Europe and Latino countries, pedestrians promote a green urban mobility, enrich the urban landscape, invigorate the social life. How do you expect visitors and neighbor personnel come to visit Waukegan with non-walkable streets, insufficient parking spaces?
Thank you, Mrs. Herron.
Waukegan is going backwards. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ralph Peterson?
I figured the mayor wouldn't be here. I would like to speak on this FOIA situation. How many times, I ask myself, will this mayor take negative actions towards those who put him in office? The Freedom of Information Act is put in place to ensure transparency, not to make money off of. And I would like to speak of the promotion of Officer Fung. Every minority in this room knows this guy is a racist, no-good officer who has more complaints than any officer on the force. But this novice puppet mayor gets in here, and that's the first person that he promotes. And I would also like to speak on Officer Guzman. Yes, I do my homework, people. He was demoted by the previous administration for beating his wife repeatedly. And what does this puppet do? He comes straight in, and this is the guy who he promotes. I have zero understanding of this. I understand that he's going back, repaying all these guys politically, but that is dead wrong. Why would he do such a thing at the expense of the minority community that actually put him in place? And though he may not know it, a Latino mayor is being sought after by those who pulling his string right now. He's a one-term mayor. There's, like I said, a Latino mayor is being set up now. Mr. Cunningham, when you see this, you will be replaced. Those handling you, they're giving you a one-year term. Now, here's what really bothers me. This city is 80% minority. How dare he become mayor and appoint all Caucasians? That's dead wrong, and what message does that send? And I know many of you have egg on your face. Here we are celebrating this guy, and as soon as he get in office, he turns his back. I'm not saying it should be all black. That's worse than what he did. But make his cabinet resemble the city. The city is not all white. He got right in office and emulated the actions of those before him. And I'm begging you, aldermen, please stand up for us with this charging of FOIAs. That's not right. I've heard of no other county doing this. I'm even going to step out on a limb and say I don't even know if they do that anywhere in the country. This guy, you guys are going to have to step up, because I'm not afraid to say it. If you're on Facebook, you'll read it daily. He's being controlled by two men who are power hungry. They don't care who sit in the seat. That's why I say they're setting him up. He's gone next year. We'll have a Hispanic mayor next year. They're setting that up now. But please control this man. I beg of you, aldermen. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Peterson. Margaret Carrasco.
Good evening. I would be direct and to the point. If the flyers could be distributed, please. For weeks, Waukegan residents have sat through weeks of hearing very disrespectful and slanderous allegations against Mr. Ted Recker's deceased father, a dead man, stated by Mr. Ralph Peterson. Tonight I say enough is enough. And I have the evidence to prove this farce. The document that's being distributed is experts' excerpts from a prominent federal court civil rights lawsuit, case number 04C6486. The case stems from the controversy over a towing ordinance put in place by the city of Waukegan in 2002, or authorizing police to seize and impound vehicles and impose a $500 fine. If you look at the flyer towards the bottom, is a list of each and every person that came forth and filed a complaint. The only persons, if you notice, not one listed is one of the victims that has been cited here by Mr. Ralph Peterson on numerous occasions. So I ask, if possibly what really transpired was this one guy stood outside of Rutgers one day, offered money to people with their asking for their towing ticket in exchange, then he presented by another person with those alleged complaints. But you see, what they don't know was that the attorneys mailed letters out to each and every person who whose car was towed, asking them to come forth with their complaint to their house address. So that's why you didn't know. And if you didn't, excuse me, time.
Order.
And only those persons that said I was unjust complaint were included in the lawsuit. And this is just the tip of the iceberg regarding Ron Rogers and Lake County Towing. Did I hear someone say the feds aren't towing? And in closing, I just want to support and thank you, those persons that came forth regarding that banquet hall. It is attached to a nursery. How can you have a liquor license in the same building connected to a nursery and child daycare? We're tired of the drugs and problems there. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem, that's the end of audience time. Thank you so much.
Come on,
Okay, Chief.
leave, please.
Order, please. Thank you. This is a meeting, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Where we at? Okay, we're back to the minutes. We need a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes from July 17th, 2007. I'll accept the motion.
So call.
Motion by-
So move.
Motion by Alderman Newsom, second by Alderman Villalobos. Want to call the roll, please?
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Mozio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Valco. Aye. Alderman Taylor. Aye. Mayor Pro Tem Tempest.
Aye. Presentation by George Belt Clark, that's Clark Spraying, the mosquito killer.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you this evening. I was asked to give a short overview of the city's program and answer some questions from the city council members. The program that we have in place in the city meets the guidelines set forward in the joint statement by the US EPA and the Centers for Disease Control for mosquito control in the United States. It is an integrated pest management approach which addresses primarily larval control efforts to control mosquitoes in concentrated forms in standing waters. It includes 9 inspections of over 250 sites, covering over 400 acres of potential breeding within the city limits. It includes 2 treatments of catch basins, over 6,000 storm drains, inlets, and other mechanisms along the street which can control or contain mosquitoes. Those are treated 2 times during the season, once in July and once in August, to help reduce the risk of West Nile virus within the area. In addition to that, we have 2 adult control treatments, which are spraying for mosquitoes along all of the city streets, over 300 miles of streets, the first of which applications occurred on July the 26th, the second which is scheduled either for this week or next week based on trapping which is being provided by the Lake County Health Department. The Lake County Health Department pays for traps that actually monitor populations for both population density but also for disease within the region. And adult mosquito control is based off of that. This year was a little bit different than most. I've been involved in mosquito control for 27 years. The last month we've received over 300% of the rainfall that we would normally receive in this area, over 20 inches in some areas, which has led to extreme flooding, particularly in some of the western areas of the city. And water still remains very high. We just finished a survey of the Des Plaines River, and the Des Plaines River remains at a level right now within the forest preserve, which has not been seen since 2010 during the last flooding which occurred at that time. To help educate the public on what the program is in place, we have put together a video which the Public Works Department will be sending out through their Facebook page, as well as on the city's website. There is an update of what residents can do in and around their homes regarding mosquitoes and helping out. There is an 800 line, which is 800-942-2555, or people can email us at hotline@clarke.com to report standing water of any size, whether it be in a ditch, standing water in a house due to drainage issues, or any flooding which had occurred after the heavy rains of the month of July. So I'm up for any questions that the city council members may have regarding mosquitoes, mosquito control, West Nile virus, or any issues associated with them.
Can you repeat your number and email, please?
Yes, the number that residents can reach out to is 800-942-2555. So again, 800-942-2555. That is the mosquito hotline. And also there is an email, which is hotline@clarke, CLARKE.com, where residents can notify us of standing water issues or other issues which may be related to mosquitoes.
Would you give that number one more time, real slow at the end?
It is 800-942-2555.
Thank you.
I have a question. When you do the street sprays, what's the chemical compound that you use to spray through our streets?
We're using a synthetic pyrethroid called Biomass 315. It is registered for use in residential and recreation areas in the United States.
Sorry, can you just repeat that one more time, please?
It's a permethrin-based product.
Permethrin?
And it's a synthetic pyrethroid. And the actual common name or brand name is Biomass 3+15, which is registered for use in residential and recreation areas.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you, sir. No.
Well, if the board would like, I could just discuss it just a little bit. When you receive 300% of rainfall that you would normally see, I've overseen the program here for 22 years here in the city of Waukegan. The amount of rainfall that we have and the amount of flooding which is on the western edge of town is quite excessive. In fact, we've been up with the health department on a regular basis to determine where we may be able to do some additional funding. There hasn't been any funding from the state regarding any of the flooding which occurred in the area, and that has led to just a minimal amount of activity that can be done along those floodplain areas. So that is the reason why we're seeing high floodwater mosquitoes right now. What we are seeing actually, which is a unique situation to the city of Waukegan, is that the city is based on a platform which is very similar to other cities like Evanston, Illinois. The city has more residents than Evanston, but similar type of age structure that we see there. The city as a whole, during the years where West Nile virus has been present in the area, has had 7 human cases of West Nile virus. The city of Evanston, in 1 year in 2002, had 40 cases. So the city's program does work to reduce West Nile virus. It is not perfect when it comes to quality of life or high nuisance populations right now that we're seeing, because we're not able to control mosquitoes outside of the borders of the city.
Sir, am I right to say standing water equals mosquitoes?
Standing water equals mosquitoes, and if you drive along Milwaukee Avenue and areas like that, you'll see lots of standing water still sitting in those areas flooded over from the forest preserve.
Also in people's yards, tires, anything that has standing water increases mosquitoes. Am I right on that?
Absolutely. So the best thing that any resident can do after the heavy rains, we have many, many artificial containers within the city, whether they be tires, buckets, wheelbarrows full of water.
Gutters that aren't cleaned?
Gutters that are growing trees will grow mosquitoes. So the key after heavy rainfalls is to look around your yard, tip and toss or recycle anything that would hold standing water, particularly small plastic items, where that water will remain standing for very long periods of time. If you have a bird bath or something that collects water, all that you need to do is get a hose and flush that once per week.
Flush it out.
Thank you.
Any other?
Thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion to approve a resolution for the 60th anniversary of the Puerto Rican Society of Waukegan. Would you like to read that first, please?
Certainly. This is Resolution 17-R-54, entitled 60th Anniversary of the Puerto Rican Society of Waukegan. Whereas the Puerto Rican Society of Waukegan was founded in 1957 as an organization for the betterment of its members. As a result of this effort, the Puerto Rican Society was involved in helping solve issues related to education, housing, and employment. And whereas Edwin Montano was a prominent leader of this organization and one of its founding members, he was a visionary leader who saw a need in the community and made every effort to find a solution. He was persistent, courageous, and resourceful. And whereas the Puerto Rican Society saw the need to help young people fulfill their dreams of acquiring a college education, and whereas the Puerto Rican Society and the Edwin Montano Scholarship Fund over the last 60 years has raised over $1 million in scholarships, which have been awarded to 1,500 students from the community. Now therefore be it resolved that Mayor Cunningham and members of the City Council of Waukegan, Illinois, do hereby honor the Puerto Rican Society of Waukegan for their distinguished service and dedication to Waukegan. Be it further resolved that a suitably embossed copy of this resolution, signed by the mayor and city clerk, be presented to the Puerto Rican Society of Waukegan on Saturday, July 22nd, and read into the public record at the City Council meeting the 7th day of August, 2017. Signed by Mayor Sam Cunningham, countersigned by City Clerk Janet Kilkelly.
Thank you for reading that for us. I thought it should be read at a lot of meetings.
I'll make the motion.
I'll approve a motion by Alderman Villalobos, second by Alderman Newsom, to accept the resolution as read. I'll call the roll, please. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'd just like to say one comment.
Go ahead, please.
The places like the Puerto Rican Society, that is Waukegan. That's what I grew up with. Places like the Puerto Rican Society, that is Waukegan, and very well deserved. Thank you.
Can I add something too, please?
Please.
I also, for many of you may not, are probably not aware of this, but my predecessor, Tony Figueroa, who was the 4th Ward Alderman,
Yes.
was the first recipient of the Montano Scholarship. And I also have the privilege to say that I was a recipient as well. So 2 people that sat in the seat were recipients of that scholarship to help us go to college. So it's a great organization that does a lot for our community. Thank you.
Insurance Committee.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to make a motion authorizing the proper city officials to settle Water Department workers' compensation claim C645-16-10173-01 for an amount not to exceed $10,000, and I so move.
Who made the second? Who seconded? Who made the second?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. We have a motion by Alderman Taylor, second by Alderman Velco, to, to settle, not to exceed $10,000. Okay, call the roll, please.
Alderman Seager?
Aye.
Alderman Mozio?
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos?
Aye.
Alderman Newsome? Alderman Valco? Alderman Taylor?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest?
Aye. Okay,
Motion
next.
authorizing the proper city officials to settle Police Department Workmen's Compensation Claim C645-16-10218-01 for an amount not to exceed $60,619.08, and I so move.
Do we have a second?
Second by Mosio.
Second by Alderman Mozio. I want to call the roll, please.
Alderman Seager?
Aye.
Alderman Mozio?
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos?
Aye.
Alderman Newsome?
Aye.
Alderman Valco?
Aye.
Alderman Taylor?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest?
Aye.
A motion authorizing the proper city officials to settle Police Department Workmen's Compensation Claim C645-11-00619-01 for an amount not to exceed $67,525.45, and I so move.
So moved. Second by.
Okay, we have a motion by authorize the proper city officials to settle Police Department Workers' Compensation Claim C645-11-00619-01 for amount not to exceed $67,525.45, made by Alderman Taylor, seconded by Alderman Newsome. Want to call the roll, please?
Alderman Seager?
Aye.
Alderman Mozio?
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos?
Aye.
Alderman Newsome?
Aye.
Alderman Valco?
Aye.
Alderman Taylor?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest?
Aye, motion carries.
Motion authorizing the proper city officials to settle Police Department Workmen's Compensation Claim C645-14-00924-01 for an amount not to exceed $30,000, and I so move.
Do we have a second?
So moved.
Second by Alderman Newsome. Motion authorize the proper city officials to settle Police Department's Workers' Compensation Claim C45-14-00924-01 for amount not to exceed $30,000. Motion was made by Alderman Taylor, second by Alderman Newsome.
Roll call.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Seager?
Aye.
Alderman Mozio? Alderman Villalobos?
Aye.
Alderman Newsome?
Aye.
Alderman Valco?
Aye.
Alderman Taylor?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest?
Aye, motion carries. Item E.
Motion authorizing the proper city officials to settle Police Department liability claim C645-15-10155-01 for an amount not to exceed $60,000, and I so move.
Second by Alderman Mozio. Want to call the roll, please?
Alderman Seager?
Aye.
Alderman Mozio?
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos?
Aye.
Alderman Newsome?
Aye.
Alderman Valco?
Aye.
Alderman Taylor?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest?
Aye, motion carries. Judiciary Committee.
Thank you, Your Honor. Item A, motion to adopt zoning calendar 2531. Petitioner, Opportune Inc., a conditional use permit for a financial institution located at 2000 Grand Avenue, and I so move.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion by Alderman Mozio, second by Alderman Newsome. Going to call the roll, please?
Alderman Seager?
Aye.
Alderman Mozio?
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos?
Aye.
Alderman Newsome?
Aye.
Alderman Valco?
Aye.
Alderman Taylor?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest?
Aye.
Thank you. And item B, a motion to adopt zoning calendar 2537. Petitioner De La Cruz, a conditional use permit for a banquet facility located at 701 Pine Street. We have held that in committee. There are way too many concerns and questions by at least the members of the Judiciary Committee, so that is held in committee.
Held in committee.
And then item C, motion to approve an ordinance amending FOIA fees and reimbursements. Petitioner, City of Waukegan. I'll reiterate my comments from the committee. Council Long gave us an explanation of what this was all about. This is by no means the city council trying to, monkey with FOIA. They were trying to button it up. But there are still some questions and concerns about it. So I am going to table that until another meeting, so we can get that straightened out. Again, that is not the city council trying to, anything negative about FOIA, but now the only thing we have to do, Council Long, do we have to appoint Kelly do we have to do that, or we?
We do need to do a form, one way or another, we do need to do a formal appointment of some FOIA officer. We've proposed that the clerk, Kelly, because that follows the usual form in most municipalities.
But this does not need to be done tonight, correct?
It can't be done tonight.
Right, because it's not in the agenda.
It's got to be done through code amendment one way or another.
Okay.
So we can amend the code, but.
All right, well then, that will be tabled. Item C is tabled.
Question.
No. Alderman Taylor.
Alderman Taylor has a question.
Can we hold over something that we voted on in committee?
Yes.
Okay.
On the council floor. Well, I'm not holding it over, I'm going to table it.
Okay.
Hold over means we'd have to bring it to the next meeting. Table it means I can bring it up at any meeting.
Technically, a table requires a motion, so a motion to table.
Okay, well,
would be a-
I'll make a motion to table that. Do I get a
Second.
Second.
Bill Lobo second?
Okay.
We have to roll call or no?
Yeah, yes, that would be a roll call vote, please.
Roll call. Call the roll.
Alderman Seager.
This is the table.
Aye.
Alderman Mosio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest.
Aye to table.
That means we're gonna, nothing happened, that means it's gonna be discussed at a later meeting, no change
To work into it.
to it.
Talk about it, so I know what I'm doing.
Well, Clyde, after the meeting, you can talk to anybody. We're not gonna address it now, we have to move on. All right, that's it, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. What are we at here? Finance Committee. Okay, Special Finance Committee meeting.
Thank you, sir. We met this evening, and the Finance Committee authorized a permanent transfer of $150,000 from the city's stabilization fund to the Waukegan Public Library. It had been held over on the 17th meeting from the Finance Committee, but it was, let's see, the 2017-2018 appropriation included a stabilization fund transfer to the Waukegan Public Library in order to replace lost grant funds previously received from the state of Illinois. The motion, if approved, provides authority to the finance director and the treasurer to make this one-time permanent transfer, and I so move.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor.
Motion by Alderman Valco.
By Alderman Valco, second. We have a second.
I'll second.
Second by Alderman Villalobos. Want to call the roll, please? Money.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Mosio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
No.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest.
Aye.
Item
Item
B,
B.
the committee authorized to approve a contract with Constellation New Energy, Inc. for electric supply service to the water facilities. The water treatment plant and booster stations use a tremendous amount of electricity. The city partnered with ENEROC, ENERNOC, to conduct an online auction for electrical supply services in which 11 major electric suppliers submitted 93 bids on 4 different lengths of supply agreements. Constellation New Energy, Inc. had a low bid of .05049 per kilowatt hour for 48 months. Compared with current electric rates, this new rate will save the city over $200,000 over a 4-year period. I believe the exact figure was about $203,000. And Brian Anderson, I don't see him, is to be commended on this.
He's here.
Where's he at? Is he hiding?
There, by the door.
He must have been, oh, there he is, all the way out. Thank you again, sir. You did a hell of a job on this. And Mayor Pro Tem, I so move, sir.
We have a motion. Yes. Who's the second? Who seconded it?
Alderman.
Okay. Oh, okay. Want to call the roll, please?
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Mosio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest.
Motion carries.
Item C, the committee voted to amend the City of Waukegan Community Development Block Grant 2017 Annual Action Plan. The purpose of the 2017 Annual Action Plan is to serve as a strategic backbone for Waukegan to continue to accomplish the goals outlined in the 2015 through 2019 Consolidated Plan in the development of a viable community, principally for the low and moderate income people, consistent with the principal goals of the U.S. Housing and Urban Development by promoting decent housing, a suitable living environment, and expanding economic opportunities. What this is, we voted on this a couple of council meetings ago, and there was an administrative adjustment of approximately $7,000 or $8,000, and that's what we're voting here tonight to make for the amendment, and I so move.
Motion by Alderman, second by, who seconded?
I'll second.
Oh, aye. By Alderman Newsome. I call the roll, please.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Mozio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest.
Aye. Thank you.
That's all, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. New business. Motion to approve vendor payment dated August 7th, 2017, in a total amount of $1,057,926.12. Vendor payment. Tina here, what vendor is that? Okay, it's all the vendors, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tina. Okay. Got a motion second. Okay, that was a motion by Alderman Velko, second by Alderman Newsome, to approve the vendor payment dated August 7, 2017, in a total amount of $1,057,926.12. Call for the question.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Mozio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest.
Aye. We have a motion to approve the regular payroll dated July 21st, 2017, in a total amount of $1,553,228 as presented. We have a motion by Alderman Newsome, seconded by Alderman Mozio. Want to call the roll, please?
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Mozio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest.
Aye. Motion to approve final payment, Marion Amazena Quinn, dated July 21st, 2017, on a total amount of $76,160.78. We have a motion by Alderman Taylor, seconded by Alderman Seager. All those in, call the roll. Money.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Mozio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest.
Aye. Item D, motion to approve the regular payroll dated August 4th, 2017, in the total amount of $1,506,291.69. Do we have a motion? By Alderman Mozio, second by Alderman Seager. Call the roll, please.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Mozio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest.
Aye. Item E, motion to approve elected official stipend and expense account payroll dated August 4th, 2017, in the amount of $6,141.66. We have a motion by Alderman Mozio, second by Alderman Newsome. Want to call the roll, please?
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Mozio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest.
Aye. Item F, motion to approve non-union May 1st, 2017 salary ordinance retroactive payroll dated August 4th, 2017 on the total amount of $26,777.57. And we have a motion by Alderman Newsom, second by, you have a second?
Taylor.
Alderman Mosio. Thank you. Call the roll, please. Money.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Mosio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest.
Aye, motion carries. Motion to approve final payrolls for Robbins Torres Bank dated August 4th, 2017, in the total amount of $24,600.91. Do we have a motion by Alderman Mosio, second by Alderman Taylor? Call the roll, please.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Mosio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest.
Aye. Motion to approve all block parties. Motion by Alderman Villalobos, second by Alderman Seager. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of raffle sale applications. Anybody like to make that motion? Okay, motion by Alderman Mosio, second by Alderman Newsom, to approve all block parties
Raffle
as presented. All those,
Raffle sales.
and raffle sales. Well, that's the next motion. Block parties.
Did we do the block parties?
We did the block party?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on the
Okay,
raffle.
motion to approve all raffle sales. Okay, call the roll on that. No, we don't, yeah, we should call the roll. It's money, raffle sales.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Mosio. Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest.
Aye. Item J, motion to approve all outdoor special events. The sponsors have applied under the Directive for Non-City Government Use of City-Owned Buildings and Venues. The events have been approved by the Outdoor Special Event Board. And I don't know what those are.
Yeah.
That's the list of these outdoor we got from the clerk.
Oh, here they are. Okay, you all have a sheet. Waukegan special outdoor events all the way through October the 17th, and they're all listed. I'm sure they'll be on the camera for them too. Okay, everybody see where they are? And-
So moved.
Okay, okay, we have a motion.
Yeah. Moiseo,
Mosio,
myself.
and who else? Motion by Alderman Mosio, second by Alderman Newsom. Want to call the roll? We should call a roll on that.
Alderman Seager.
Aye.
Alderman Mosio.
Aye.
Alderman Villalobos.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Taylor.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Tempest.
Aye, motion carries. Ordinance, we don't have closing items. Alderman time.
Alderman Seager.
I'd like to speak up with this, all this rain and thunderstorms and everything. I've had some problem with garbage pickup. And I have also contacted Advance Disposal several times, including this morning. One block over on Cook Court was totally missed. I don't know why. I called them. Nobody, they said they got 24 hours to pick up the garbage. Well, garbage pickup is on Friday. You're not going to send out a garbage truck on Saturday. Who are you trying to kid? So now, I have 5 residents on Cook Court with full garbage cans. I guess I got to rattle somebody's cage. That's just in my ward. How many other wards? We cannot let this go on like this.
I think I'm getting it.
So Advance, you'll be hearing from me tomorrow.
I'll go with you.
You won't have to, Larry. I'll handle it.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I'm your bodyguard.
Alderman Mosio.
Pass.
Alderman Villalobos.
Yes, first, let me start by saying thank you to everyone that came to the meeting today. It's always great to see, well, it was kind of a packed house, but some people got mad had to go home, I guess, which is fine. Yeah, they're outside. Excuse me. So a couple of things that I was able to participate in that was enjoyable. I attended the Lake County Pageant System's Miss Waukegan pageants. So Waukegan has a new Miss Waukegan and a teen Miss Waukegan and a little Miss Waukegan. There's an opening for junior Miss Waukegan and that. It was a nice pageant to attend. It was at the Belvedere Rec Center. I really enjoyed it. It was great to see young ladies participate. I have to say, I forget the little Miss Waukegan's name right now, escapes me, but for a young girl, she was about 9 years old, I want to say 8 or 9, but she was very eloquent, like well-spoken. I was blown away by her, actually. She was amazing. Another thing that I was able to participate in and attend. Sorry, I'm looking at my calendar here. It was kind of a low week, actually. Yeah, so the pageant's a big thing. Some upcoming events. As mentioned earlier, Clean Power Lake County is doing their annual beach cleanup on the 26th at 10 a.m. at the Waukegan Municipal Beach. Also on the 26th is Waukegan Main Street's Wine and Art Stroll. And yeah, and also I do want to make note of something too. The FOIA that was brought up today. That was actually something that really hits really near and dear to me. I'm a firm advocate of transparent government and access to information, so I really did not like to see what our fee schedule was. I'll be honest about that. I don't like that idea. There was a cost in there of $100 at one point, so it was for a large amount of information, but still $100 is cost prohibitive in my book. So I would really love for us to kind of take this back and see what we can do to revamp this FOIA situation here, because again, I believe people should have access to it. You know, our government needs to be more transparent. So that's one of the things that I stand on. And I'll just wrap up with that. Thank you so much, everyone.
Alderman Newsom.
Thank you. I'd like to recognize a few departments. First of all, I've had a few issues going on in a certain part of my ward, Williamsburg, Georgetown area. And there's a few code officers that have stepped up and took the initiative to go door to door to all the businesses on Lewis Avenue and to take along police with them to go door to door, Williamsburg and Georgetown area. And I would like to commend Miguel Rivera, which is splitting the 5th Ward as a code officer, and Ken Laban and Carmen Santiago. They took the initiative to take some other code officers to that area, and out of that area, they ticketed 57 abandoned cars. 57. It makes you wonder where the people that lived there had to park. But anyway, 20 over on Williamsburg behind the buildings, 35 on Georgetown. And I'm happy to say all but 2 cars have been towed. They're all gone. And 2 are due to be towed tomorrow. So my hat's off to them for taking the initiative to step up and try to take care of what's going on over in that area. We also initiated a meeting with all the owners from those buildings up there. 70% of the owners came to the meeting on August 3rd. And out of the ones that did not, they have already called and want to take ownership of their properties. This is their business, their livelihood, and if they want to keep the area, I should say if they want to get more rent for their properties, they need to step up their game and participate and try to keep that area clean. We've already set up a meeting for September 5th, and I've talked to them about another area of my ward, Walnut, Linden, and Edwards, that has a neighborhood watch group of the owners of the property. And of the last 7 or 8 years, we meet every month. The partnership with Waukegan Community Church, and we meet there at the church. These owners have taken ownership of their properties. They're able to get more rent. They're able to work together to make sure if you have a bad tenant, they're not jumping from your building across the street to another building if you have to put them out. So they're working hand in hand, and they're turning that neighborhood around. They've turned it around. So my hat's off to them. Chief, thank him for allowing Lieutenant Beach and our 5th Ward officer, Officer Travaris, to participate in this. And also, talking about the Walnut Linden area, they had their yearly tenant appreciation, which is they have a block party for all the tenants that live in their area. And that was this past Saturday. And it was a good event. Lots of parents came out with their children and participated with their children. And I've also like to thank the pastor. Some members from his church came out. They did face painting. And they also, someone sponsored a bouncy house for the kids. So I'd like to recognize Pastor Overton and First Lady Michelle, which was here earlier this evening. I'd like to thank them for helping us to have a good event. And I think that's it. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Alderman Tempest?
I pass.
Okay, Alderman Valco.
Thank you, ma'am. Audience time is a period of time when you come up here and you speak your mind. You get your 3 minutes, and in the old days, it was a little raucous up here. There was a lot of yelling, there was a lot of screaming, and it sort of toned itself down. Tonight, we saw a little bit of what the old time was. The only thing I can say is when you come up here and you cast aspersions on other people, make sure you don't live in a glass house when you start throwing those rocks. And that's the only thing I'm going to say. On a better note, as Alderman Seagar says, that we did get a lot of rain, and a couple of my neighbors, the sidewalks started sinking a little bit, as well as the driveways up at the lip, and as well as mine. My neighbor got his done by a company by the name of Power Concrete Lifting. It's a company that's based here in Waukegan, and I'm going to get mine done also. And my question, Mike, I see you in the back there. There's a lot of sidewalks that we do, and rather than break them up and replace them, is it a possibility that we can do this injection thing and save the taxpayers 70% on a dollar? Is it possible? I mean, do you even know about this? Yes, I did. Great. Okay. You're one up on me, sir. Okay, thank you. Again, Power Concrete Lifting based here in Waukegan. That's all I have, ma'am.
Alderman Taylor. First off, I'd like to explain why I voted no on giving $150,000 to the library. I believe in our library. Believe me, it has nothing to do that I think that our library is fantastic. What it has to do with for me is that we approved a budget in June that we were already had a $2.5 million deficit. The very next day or 2 days later, the state came down with some of their new budget considerations, which makes us, frankly, lose over $1 million. So that means we're $3.5 million in debt right now. The stabilization fund is what you might call your rainy day fund. It is hard for me to take money out of that fund, especially when I've just recently lost another $1 million for it. The library is one that did not have a deficit budget last year, and I believe can make up that money this year by watching their budget. it is going to be very, very difficult for us as a city to make up $3.5 million. So it wasn't that I didn't think that the library deserved it or anything like that. That was my sole reason in voting no on that. Second, on July 12th, I got a chance to look at Cristo de Rey's new school, which is in the 9th Ward, but the old Kmart building. If you get a chance, drive by it. It looks fantastic. I'm just so excited to have them come to the 9th Ward. I think that the expansion that they're doing, you'll see a tremendous difference in the curbside. It's just exciting, and I please ask you to go out and visit it, look at it. Cannot wait for it to open next year. Tonight was a little rough on audience time, but I think that it's great to have our residents come out and vocalize how they feel. It helps us make our decisions. And that's it. Thank you. Have a great evening.
Second. Yep. Aye.
Yeah, Larry.